Hello students, myself Mehboob Hassan, your advanced math mentor. Before starting today's lesson, I have one request to you all. In this pandemic lockdown period, please stay at home and enjoy online classes. So today I'm going to start one of the most interesting and very important chapter, trigonometry. So this word actually came from Sanskrit, okay, and if we break trigonometry, then it will be like tri, gono, and metry. Okay, so tri means three, gono means sides, and metry means measurement. Metry means measurement. Okay, so trigonometry stands for the measurement of the three sides. Okay, so three sides generally um, three sides means what we are discussing about the triangles. Okay, actually so many mathematicians gave their theory about trigonometry, but it's Hipparchus who is considered as the father of trigonometry. Okay, if you get time, then check out his biography, really very interesting. Okay, and this chapter has practical uses. Okay, so let's see. Suppose um, you are standing in front of a tower. Suppose tower is AB. Okay, and this is the ground, and you are standing here, the point C. Okay, and B is the base of the tower, or you can say foot of the tower. Okay. Okay, suppose you are looking at the top of the tower with an angle 45 degree. Okay, so if I know the distance between the point C and B, then I can calculate the height of the tower. Okay, so these there are so many examples are also there, but today we are not going to discuss the application of trigonometry. Okay, so better if we move forward. Okay, so there are especially six trigonometric functions. Okay, six trigonometric functions, and they occur in pairs actually. So sine and cosine appear, tangent and cotangent another pair, and secant and cosecant is the third pair. Okay, so these are the six trigonometric functions, you can say. So in short, we write sine as sin here, cosine as cos, tangent as tan, tan, cotangent as cot, secant as sec, and cosecant as csc or cosec, or cosec. Okay, okay, okay. I guess you got this chapter in general maths, and you have some basic ideas about trigonometry. Okay, so we know that trigonometry is normally useful in case of triangles. Okay, but it is not mandatory that all the triangles should be right angle. Okay, in case of any triangle we can use these trigonometric ratios. Okay, so the first thing is that how we can find the values of the trigonometric ratios. Okay, so let's see. So before finding the values of trigonometric ratios, we have to know this trick. Actually there are so many tricks are there, but I prefer this one. Okay, so as this one is very easy to understand. So Pandit Badri Prasad Hari Hari Bole, this one is the trick. Pandit Badri Prasad Hari Hari Bole. Okay, so if we take P from Pandit, B from Badri, P from Prasad, H from Hari, and B from Bole, then we'll get this one P B P H H B. Okay, okay, here P stands for perpendicular, B base, and H hypo. Okay, so in case of sine function, it will be like this: sine theta equal to, or sine equal to p by h, cos equal to b by h, this one, and tan equal to p by b. Similarly, in case of cosec, we can write like this: cosec equal to h by p, cot equal to b by p, cosec equal to h by b. Okay, okay, so it will be better if we understand the from a diagram. So here I have drawn a diagram. ABC is a right angle triangle where angle B is 90 degree. Okay, so if we find sine A here, that means if we take this angle, then the opposite side will be its perpendicular. Okay, so if we take angle A, then your BC will be your perpendicular, and its adjacent side, that is AB, will be base, and hypo will be this one, AC. Okay, okay, so now if we wish to find sine A, then sine A equal to what? Sin theta equal to, as we know, p by h. Okay, so p by h, here p is BC and h is AC, so it will be BC by AC. Similarly, if you find cos A, so cos A equal to what? B by h. So here B is AB and H is AC, so AB by AC. Similarly, you can find the other trigonometric ratios. Okay, okay, now just see here. If we multiply sin A and cosec A, then what will get? Sin A into cosec A equal to, sin A equal to BC by AC into cosec A AC by BC. Okay, AC by BC. So this BC will be cancelled out, AC will be cancelled out. So in the right side part, it will be 1. Okay, so sin A into cosec A equal to 1. This is a formula. This can be transformed as sin A equal to 1 by cosec A also. Okay, so this pair is known as reciprocal pair. This pair is known as reciprocal pair. Okay, so similarly, we have two more reciprocal pairs. Let's see. Just see here, sin A equal to 1 by cosec A. This one we got cos theta equal to 1 by sec theta. Okay, if you similarly just like sin and cosec, if you find cos and sec, then you will get this one. Similarly, tan theta equal to 1 by cot theta. Okay, so sin, cosec, cos, sec, and tan, cot are the reciprocal pairs. Clear? So this one is really very important, you have to remember. Okay, okay, so let's move to the next topic. So some basic formulas. These formulas you got in your general math, but then also I'm going to discuss. Okay, take a hexagon. Hexagon means hexagon, I guess you know, it has 6 sides and 6 corners, you can say. Okay, okay, if we draw a diagonal, suppose this one diagonal. Okay, we can draw many diagonals here, but if we take only one diagonal, suppose this one, so at one end if you put sin theta, then at the other end you have to put it's a reciprocal one. That means reciprocal of sin is cosec. Okay, similarly for the other diagonal, if you put here cos, then you have to put here it's a reciprocal sec. Okay, similarly for this one, cot and tan. Okay, in other words, you can remember like this: in the RHS part, all are starting with C. Okay, all are starting with C. Okay, so it will be better if you follow this one: cos, cot, cosec. Okay, so here its diagonal will be this one, so in this side it will be a reciprocal of cos, it will be sec. Okay, so in this diagonal at this end you have to put the reciprocal of cosec, that means sine. Okay, so similarly for cot. Okay, now if we take this triangle sine cos, this triangle, this one, if we take this one and if we move clockwise, if we move clockwise, and at the center suppose there is 1. Okay, and now if we move clockwise, then it will be like this, sine, cos and 1, like this. No, we have to move sine, cos, 1. Okay, so from here we can make a formula. So sine square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. Okay, clear? Okay, then leave one triangle, and here also just see, in the middle it is 1, then cot, then cosec. Okay, we have to move clockwise, so at first we have to take 1, then cot, then cosec. Okay, so here it will be 1 square plus cot square equal to cosec square, that means 1 plus cot square equal to cosec square. Okay, similarly leave one more triangle and go to the next triangle. It will be like this. If we move clockwise, then 10, 1 and then sec. Okay, so it will be like this, 10 square theta plus 1 square equal to sec square theta, that means 10 square theta plus 1 equal to sec square. So these are the three basic formulas, and we call it as a square formula. Okay, okay, now values of the trigonometric functions. I guess you all are familiar with this table as you got in your general math. Okay, but this table is valid only for the angles which are less than or equal to 90, that means 0 to 90. Okay, this table is only valid for the angles 0 to 90. Okay, so this one is very easy to remember, no need to learn by heart. Okay, so but at least you have to know the value of sine. If you know the value of sine, then you can find the remaining values. Okay, okay, so sine 0 is 0, sine 30 is half, sine 45 is 1 by root 2, sine 60 is root 3 by 2, and sine 90 is 1. Okay, now for cos, just see, add the angles so that you get 90. So here 0 degree, 0, so we have to add 90 to get a total of 90. Okay, so this trick you have to remember, that means we have to add 90, that means the value of cos 0 will be equal to sine 90. Understood? So sine 90 is 1, so value of cos 0 will be 1. Okay, now for 30 degree, 30, so we have to add how much, 60 degree. Okay, so the value of cos 30 will be equal to sine 60. Okay, so sine 60 is root 3 by 2, so cos 30 will be root 3 by 2. Okay, again for 45 degree, sine 45, 45, and we have to add again 45 degree. Okay, so the value of cos 45 will be equal to sine 45, that means it will be same. Now for 60 degree, 60 we have to add how much, 30 degree. Okay, so the value of cos 60 will be equal to sine 30, sine 30 is half. Okay, for 90 we have to add 0, so sine 0 is 0, so that's why cos 90 is 0. Okay, okay, now for 10, as we know that tan theta equal to what, tan theta equal to sine by cos, sine by cos, no. Okay, so now for tan 0, divide sine 0 by cos 0. Okay, so sine 0 by cos 0 equal to tan 0, so 0 by 1 is 0. Okay, now tan 30 equal to sine 30 by cos 30, so half by root 3 by 2, 1 by root 3. Similarly for the remaining angles also same. Okay, now for cot is the reciprocal of tan, we got earlier, no. So what is the reciprocal of 0? 0, its reciprocal will be 1 by, or anything by 0. Okay, 0 means what, 0 by 1, so this equal to 1 by 0. 1 by 0 is what, undefined, that means not defined. Okay, so cot 30 will be reciprocal of tan 30, tan 30 is 1 by root 3, so its reciprocal is root 3, so cot 30 is root 3. Similarly for the remaining angles. Okay, sec is the reciprocal of cos, sec is the reciprocal of cos, so sec 0 will be reciprocal of 1, reciprocal of 1 is 1. Okay, now sec 30 will be reciprocal of root 3 by 2, it will be 2 by root 3. So similarly you can find the remaining. Okay, now cosec 30, sorry, now for cosec is reciprocal of sec, sorry, sine. Okay, so 0, reciprocal of 0 is not defined. Okay, so similarly you can find. Okay, no need to learn by head. Okay, just remember only the value of sine, and the remaining all values you can find. Okay. Okay, now the question is, suppose just see the diagram here. This is a circle, okay, with center O. Suppose you are at the point A, that means you are making 0 degree with this line. Okay, now you are moving from A to P1, so now you make an angle 30 degree, suppose, then P2, then P3, then B. Okay, up to B, that means what, 90 degree. So we can find the value up to 90 degree. Okay, suppose your position is at P4 here, or here P5, or here P6, then how can we find the values? Okay, so this is the main question, and today we will learn how we can find the values of the trigonometric ratios up to infinite angles. Okay, that means if you have given that find the value of sine 1,50,000, you can find easily, no problem. Okay, so today we will learn these things. Let's see. Okay, so this suppose this is a circle. Okay, if we cut the circle in 4 parts, then each part is known as quadrant. Okay, so this one is the first quadrant, this one is the second, this one is the third, this one is the fourth quadrant. Okay. Okay, just see, for the angles greater than 90 degree, so two things you have to remember. First one is sign of the function, that means sign means either the uh, either it will be positive or negative. This one you have to learn. Number two, procedure of changing function, that means how the function changes. Okay. Okay, just see the diagram. Just see the diagram. Suppose you are starting from here with respect to this center, so here it is 0 degree. If we move one quadrant, that means 90 degree. If we move to this quadrant, this line, this point, then as a whole how much, 180 degree. Again if we move up to this 270, this 360. Okay, again this, again if we move, if we continue the moving, it will be 450, 540, that means add 90, add 90. Okay, 540 plus 90, it is 630, plus the 90, it is 720. Okay. So similarly you can keep moving, no, you can keep moving, no problem. Okay, so the angles will be more and more. Okay. Okay, now we know the value of pi. Pi equal to what, 180 degree. This pi is not algebraic pi, this is trigonometric pi, and trigonometric pi is considered as 180 degree. Okay, it is in the form of radian form actually. Okay, so angle can be measured in normally two forms, one is degree form and another is this form. Okay. Okay, now if we just see here, 90 can be written as pi by 2 because pi is 180 degree, so pi by 2 will be 90 degree. Okay, 180 can be written as pi, 270 can be written as 3 pi by 2 because 3 into 90 means 270. Okay, so similarly 360 can be written as 2 pi because 2 into pi, that means 180 equal to 360 degree. Okay. So just see, if we take this one as x axis and this one as y axis, that means just see here, in x-axis all the pi lies in x-axis. Okay, here all are the even multiple of pi, 0, 2 pi, 4 pi, 6 pi, 8 pi, like this. And here it will be odd multiple of pi, that means 1 pi, 3 pi, 5 pi, 9 pi, and like this. Okay, and in y quadrant, sorry, in y axis y-axis there are odd multiple of pi by 2. Okay, just see, if here it is 1 pi by 2, then here 3, then 5, 7, 9, 11, like this it will go on. Okay. So this one is your first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. Okay, so now we'll discuss how we can find the sign of the function. Okay, just see, if the angle is lying in the first quadrant, then all functions will be positive. Okay, just see here in the table we got here all the values are in the first quadrant, no, because 0 to 90 degree, because all the angles are between 0 to 90 degree. Okay, so that's why we are getting all the values as positive. Suppose cos 30 we are getting plus root 3 by 2. Suppose sec 45 we are getting plus root 2. That means all we are getting positive. Okay, so in the first quadrant all the value of the functions are positive. That means sign of all functions will be positive in the first quadrant. Clear? That means 0 to in between 0 to 90. In the second quadrant only the sine function and its reciprocal function is positive. Okay, and remaining all the trigonometric functions are negative in the second quadrant. In third quadrant t, that means tan and cot are positive, remaining all are negative. In the fourth quadrant only cos and its reciprocal sec will be positive, and the remaining all are negative. Okay, so here uh, this one you can remember easily. There is another trick, that means ASTC. ASTC, just see this one, ASTC. A is in the first quadrant, that means all are positive. S in the second quadrant, that is sine and its reciprocal cosec will be positive. T for tan and cot, and C for cos and sec are positive. Okay, now we can find the sign of the functions. Okay, depending on the angles. Now the second one, procedure of changing function, how the function changes. Just see, if we see that the function is, or the angle is odd multiple of 90, if the function is odd multiple of 90 or pi by 2, then the function changes as sine to cos or cos to sine, tan to cot or cot to tan, sec to cosec or cosec to sec. Okay, okay, just see, take an example, it will be easy to understand. Suppose this one, find the values of the following cos 120 and tan 1020 degree. Okay, so cos 120 degree, so it is obviously greater than 90 degree, so we cannot use the table directly. So cos 120 we can break like this. Always try to break as the multiple of 90. Okay, so 120 can be broken as 90 into 1 plus 30 degree. 90 into 1 is 90 plus 30, that is 120 degree. Clear? Okay, so just see here, 90 into 1, that means what, odd multiple of 90, because 1 is odd, 1 is odd. Okay, so odd multiple of 90. For odd multiple of 90 the function changes, that means cos to sine. Okay, clear? So this cos function will changes sine, and then put the acute angle. Okay, if there is minus, then also no problem, put only 30 degree. If there is plus, then also put only 30 degree. Okay, clear? Function changes over. Now we have to check the sign. What will be the sign of the function? Okay, so 120 degree means what? 120 degree is obviously lying in the second quadrant. Okay, if you face difficulties in finding the quadrant, then you can find from here also. 90 into 1 plus 30, 90 into 1, that means 190. 190 is here, plus something, that means in the second quadrant. Okay, so in the second quadrant sine and cosec are positive, and remaining all the functions are negative. Okay, here the given function is cos, so the sign will be negative. Clear? Okay, so the sign, this plus minus sign will depend on the initial function. Okay, if there is cos, then depending on this function we'll put either plus or minus. Okay, not depending on this function. Okay, this one you can solve by another method also. 120 degree can be written as 180 minus 60 also. Okay, so 19 to 2 minus 60 we can write, no problem, because 180 minus 60 is again 120 degree. Okay, you can follow any method, no problem. Okay, so 19 to 2, that means even multiple of 90. Okay, so the function will not change. Function changes only in case of odd multiple of 90 degree. So cos will remain same, cos, and put this acute angle 60 degree. Okay, so this one more thing, this minus or plus doesn't affect this sign. Okay, this sign is separate thing and this sign is separate. Okay, if there is minus then also it will be cos 60, and if there is plus then also it will be cos 60. Okay, okay, now the function, check the quadrant of the function. 19 to 2 minus something, 90 into 2, that means 190 up to this, another 90, this one. 19 to 2 means here, we are here, minus something, that means back in the second quadrant. So in the second quadrant cos is obviously negative, so this sign will be negative. Okay, so ultimately you will get the same answer. You can follow any one method, no problem. Okay, okay, now for the bigger angle, 10 1020 degree. Okay, similarly break, don't take tension. Okay, so 1020 we can break like this. 10, 19 to 11, 19 to 11 is what, 990. Okay, plus 30 will be 1020, no? Okay, so 19 to 11 plus 30. Okay, now see 19 to odd multiple. Okay, odd number, 19 to odd number, that means odd multiple of 19, so the function will change, 10 to cot. Okay, so 10 to cot, and put this acute angle 30 degree. Okay, now we have to check for the sign. 19 to 11, that means which quadrant? Just see, if you revolve, if you around like this, that means if uh, just see, for one revolution we get 490, isn't it? 1 2 3 4. Okay, 490. For second revolution again 490, that is 890. Okay, 990, 1090, 1190. Clear? 1190, that means on this line, plus 30, that means in the fourth quadrant. Clear? And in the fourth quadrant we know that cos and sec are positive and remaining all the functions are negative. Okay, so here the given function is 10, so it will be negative, minus. Okay, so minus cot 30, so below cot 30 is 1 by root 3, so it will be minus 1 by